What's going on, fellow movie fans? I hope you're having a pretty good day. This is my review for The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 4, titled The Whole World Is Watching. This episode was insane, especially the ending. I give high praise to the writers because the first 4 episodes for me have been brilliant and some of the best MCU content that I've ever watched. I love Sam and Bucky. I like seeing a different side to them. I'm invested into their stories, and when we get to see them again on the big screen in movies, I'm going to be invested into whatever story they're in because I care for these characters now because I've seen more of a softer side to them, more of a background to them, and I really appreciate this as well. Zemo, of course, came from Civil War. I like him as a character now. He's one of my favorite characters in the MCU right now. I want to see him developed even more. I want to see him pop up in movies. I want to see him come back. I'd love even a Zemo show. He's just a very interesting character. I know it's called Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but you could say it's the Zemo show right now because he's just brilliant. We've got John Walker, Battlestar, the arc with the Flag Smashers as well. So there's so much going on within these 4 episodes, but the writing team has crafted a really great story. And at the end of this episode, when the credits started to roll, I pointed at the TV and I said, that's storytelling, because the way they've developed all these characters and the arcs in 4 episodes has just been insane. And we opened this episode in Wakanda as a flashback when Bucky was there. He was reborn in Wakanda. AO helped Bucky become Bucky again because, she was able to read out the code, to make him into the Winter Soldier, and he was able to beat it and he didn't turn. So that's how he became Bucky again, thanks to the people of Wakanda and especially AO. Now, in that scene is very heartbreaking because we get flashbacks to Civil War, the Winter Soldier, all the bad things Bucky has done in his past, they come back up and it makes him cry. And it's actually a very emotional and touching scene. But cut back to current time, we have AO telling Bucky, why did you let Zemo out? Bucky's like, we need him. He's a lot of help. He's the one who can help us stop these Flag Smashers. And AO goes, I don't care. I'm going to give you 8 hours. So, Bucky and Sam and Zemo are against the clock because the people of Wakanda want Zemo dead or back in prison because he killed their king. So rightfully so. So it's interesting because they have to go and they have to stop these Flag Smashers. And there's a really cool scene between Sam and Carly, the leader of the Flag Smashers. Now, we know that there's 20 serums out there of the Super Soldier Serum, but we know of 8 of the characters have it. There's another 12 bottles out there to be used, and so Bucky and Sam and Zemo want to stop that from getting around even more. They want to kill the Super Soldier Serum or just stop this Flag Smasher group. Now, the interesting part is you got John Walker in this episode as well. You got Battlestar. Like, those two as a team are actually very likable when they're on their own, but then when they go up against Sam and Bucky, you don't really like them that much. But I did like Battlestar, but I get that what happened at the end of this episode, which was just insane. But yeah, Zemo was able to find out information about where Carly will be located. And he doesn't want to tell Sam and Bucky because he wants leverage over them. But eventually he tells them whereabouts they can find Carly. And there's a great scene between Carly and Sam because Sam's like, look, just let me talk to her. Give me 10 minutes. Let me talk to her as a person. But of course, you have John Walker, the new Captain America. You've got Battlestar pop up. And they're like, we want to do it our way. We want to get this sorted. We want to stop the Flag Smashers. But Sam's like, just give me 10 minutes. So in the distance, you got Zemo, you got Battlestar, you got John Walker, you got Bucky as well, laying back while Sam goes in to speak with Carly. And he actually breaks through. He tells Carly, so you think you're doing the right thing. I agree with what you're doing and your statement, but the way you're doing it is not the way to get it done. And then he makes Carly think of all the bad things that she's actually doing, how the world sees Carly. But Carly's just trying to do the right thing because during the blip, everybody helped everyone. There was no borders, there was no countries, but ever since people were snapped back, the borders have gone up, people have been in poverty, people have been poor, and this is what the Flag Smashers and Carly is trying to change, but it's not the best way to change it. And of course, maybe the Super Soldier Serum is making her make these bad decisions, or maybe it's just heartbreak and the tragedy that she's gone through all her life. So it is an interesting character there, but just about when Sam is about to break through and to maybe get Carly not to defend and give up what she's doing, but to maybe do it in a different way and a way so they can move forward and help each other. Of course, John Walker gets it upon himself. I'm Captain America. I'm going to go in. I'm going to stop these people. And he, intrudes and he causes them more trouble than anything because Carly thinks that Sam was only playing her. And then there's a big kind of chase sequence going on. Carly's trying to run away. You've got Bucky, you got Sam chasing. You got a few of the Flag Smashers there as well, putting up a fight. So it was a pretty cool scene. And the action in this episode was it's improved each episode. You know, in the first episode I thought, it's okay, it's cutting too much, but I like in this episode it was really raw, it was really intense, and you felt like you were in the action, so that was pretty good. But yeah, so we've got Carly who's getting away from Sam and Bucky, but Zemo is there with a gun, of course, and he shoots her a few times, and I actually thought she was going to die, but as she kind of turns over a table to protect herself, there is the super soldier serum, bottles, and they're all over the ground, and Zemo's like, is that what I think it is? And Carly's able to escape, but while she's doing that, Zemo is smashing all the super soldier serums because he doesn't want any more of this stuff. He preferred when he was in control, when he was the one kind of manipulating Winter Soldier and things like that. That's the kind of arc he preferred for himself. He doesn't want anyone up showing him, so he tries to smash them all, but just before he can smash the last one, John Walker hits him from behind, knocks him out. And John Walker's going through a very interesting arc because just like Sam, he doesn't think he's good enough to be the Captain America, to live up to that mantle. For one, he doesn't have super soldier serum. He's just a human. He's just a person. He's just a man. But he doesn't think that's good enough. Even though he's a very decorated military man, he doesn't think he's good enough. And it's interesting because he gets the last bottle, he puts it into his pocket, and then we're thinking, will he take it? And of course he will take it, but there's an interesting parallel scene going on because you got Battlestar, you've got John Walker, they're having a conversation, and John Walker goes to Harkins, I think it is, or he goes, would you take it? And then Battlestar's like, of course I would take the super soldier serum if I had it. But there's a nice parallel scene between Zemo and with Sam, and Zemo's like, if you were given the opportunity, would you take the super soldier serum? And Sam's like, no, I wouldn't. So you've got these two men. One was chosen by the government to be the next Captain America. The other was chosen by the Captain America, Steve, to be the new Captain America. And he wouldn't take the super soldier serum, and he would. So there's an interesting dilemma there going on. But of course, he ends up taking it, and he now is as strong as maybe Winter Soldier, as the Flag Smashers, and as Captain America. He has the super soldier serum in him, and now he thinks that he's worthy to be the Captain America. And this is a bad thing, because before this he was trying to push his authority onto Sam and Bucky, but he didn't have the physical side to probably implement that as much, but now he does. So this is pretty scary. And so we got Sam and Bucky. They're able to track down Carly. Carly actually tells them, come meet me at this location. She says, come alone, to Sam. She was actually threatening Sam's sister, but then she says, I wasn't ever going to do anything to your sister. I just wanted to understand you a little bit more. But Sam brings along Bucky as well. So those two go to the location with Carly, but of course it doesn't take long for Battlestar and Captain America, I should call him, be respectful and call him Captain America, to show up as well. But things go sideways, and there's a big action sequence between Sam and Bucky, Battlestar and Captain America and the Flag Smashers. So that was pretty well done, pretty intense. And then you're kind of thinking, because John Walker's in a few fight scenes, and you're thinking he seems a little bit more powerful. Has he taken the serum? Of course he's taken the serum. And there's a really awesome fight sequence that goes on for a few minutes actually, and it's edited really well. The choreograph is brilliant, all that kind of stuff. But then Carly takes it too far, and she hits Battlestar. And she hits him a little bit too hard, and he goes flying into this pillar, and it looks like he's broken his neck. And the way he just smashes against it, I'm like, oh my god, that was pretty intense and pretty rough. And I'm like, they're hardly going to kill him off, and they did. I just thought maybe he broke his neck or his spine or something, but it looks like that he's dead. Battlestar has been killed off, and that's something that this show hasn't shied away from. It's used blood, R-rated as well, and it's killed off characters. And now a character that I really enjoyed, Battlestar, is dead. So what I liked about that action sequence as well, it was intense, it was rough, but the minute that happened, the minute he kind of smashed against the pillar and presumed to be dead, the fight sequence just stopped. The Flag Smashers stopped, Sam and Bucky stopped, everyone just stopped and looked over at Battlestar, and nobody wanted to fight anymore, and they were like, oh my god, what has just happened? You have John Walker, he goes over to his friend to see if he's okay, and he's dead. Checks his pulse and he's dead, and everyone stops fighting. The Flag Smashers run off. Carrie knows that she's done something pretty bad. She runs off as well, and you can see the anger in John Walker, the Captain America now, and he chases down one of the Flag Smashers, a character who was hanging around with Carly, and he's demanding, where is she? And then the guy is like, please don't, I didn't do anything, it wasn't me. And in the public, John Walker smashes and kills this not innocent man, but a man who's unarmed, who was laying down and surrendering to the Captain America. And in this kind of street, people with their phones out, they're documenting this. It's going viral, I bet you, in the next episode. And he brutally murders the guy. and there's blood everywhere, and the shield that was decorated for years to stand for something, the American way, Captain America, Steve Rogers, the way he presented himself, is all gone now because John Walker, the new Captain America, brutally murders this guy, and there's blood all over the shield. And my mouth was open. And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe they've just done this, because this is the boldest thing the MCU has ever done. And I would rank the Winter Soldier and the Falcon show as one of the highest, most, one of the greatest things that the MCU has ever brought. And this is to Disney Plus, but it's still huge for the storytelling of the MCU universe, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love the writing, the character development, and I was shocked at that ending scene, and I bet you everybody was. I did not believe they would do this. I thought that John would take the super soldier serum. I thought he would be as strong. I thought he might turn a little bit evil because he's not getting his way. People don't look at him as the real Captain America, but now he's too far gone. He has killed the man. He's using guns as well as Captain America, and not only does he kill this man, but I think he beheads this man or breaks his neck and just smashes the shield into his face. So this was a brutal episode. It was an honest episode. It was a grounded episode, and I can't wait to see where this goes for the next 2 episodes, because it's absolutely insane. Like, what is going to happen to this man? Will he be denounced as Captain America? Will the government now go to him and say, give us the shield, you can't be Captain America anymore, you just killed the man in front of the public? That could be something that happens, and maybe that's why Sam maybe gets the shield back and is chosen as the new Captain America, and now you have this vendetta that John Walker has towards Sam, and maybe he turns evil then. I'm not saying he joins the Flag Smashers or anything, but I'm saying he turns evil. He's going to try and hunt down Carly and kill her as well. So there's some interesting teams. We only have 2 episodes left, so a little under 2 hours. We've got a full movie left to enjoy of these characters, but Zemo I love, Sharon Carter as well is still looming around. The broker, who's that going to be? I think it's her, but we'll have to wait and see. We've got Sam and Bucky on their arc. The people of Wakanda as well are looking for Zemo, who was able to escape. And there's actually one cool sequence as well where the people of Wakanda come to take Zemo, but John Walker's there and Battlestar is there as well. And then they try and take on the 3 women, I think it was, of Wakanda. And Sam and Bucky is just kind of standing back, laughing and stuff like that, which I thought was pretty funny. And they were actually going pretty hard at John Walker and Battlestar, but Zemo was able to escape. And that's what I talk about, this nice, interesting, fascinating story that John Walker's on, because he doesn't feel he's good enough. And then these women have beaten him, who don't have super soldier serum, and beat him so easy. Like, he's depressed, he looks at himself as not worthy, but that's why he ends up taking the super soldier serum. So, look, top-notch episode. Is it the best of the season so far? I would say so. But none of the episodes, in my opinion, have been poor. None of them have been bad. Episode 1 and 2 were like the first arc of a movie. 3 and 4 are like the middle part, and now we're going into the finale and the third act of this movie, and I think it's absolutely brilliant. And do I think it's a better show than WandaVision? I do, but I think it's a different show than WandaVision. It's not the same, but I just think this one has more of has a story, has a narrative, and the writing team, the direction is all pretty top notch, and I'm liking what they're doing so far. So hopefully the landing sticks. The last 2 episodes are pretty good, but we'll have to see how it goes. Because what's your thoughts on the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Have you been enjoying it? What did this episode do for you? Were you shocked like me at the ending of it? I absolutely loved it, but I was still shocked, a little bit sad, because I like Battlestar, and Zemo is a character that I really love. But guys, let me know below your thoughts on this episode, because it was absolutely fantastic in my opinion. Maybe you're seeing something that I didn't. Maybe you think it was poor. Maybe you think the narrative is poor. Some of it doesn't make sense, but I'm enjoying this a lot. Can't wait for next week's episode. 2 episodes left. Can't wait to review them and talk to you about you guys. So guys, give it a like, comment, subscribe, come follow me on all the social medias. That stuff is in the end credits. But make sure you get in the comments to let me know, because this episode was absolutely fantastic. I was shocked. Couldn't believe it. And the shield has stood for so much for so many years, and in one little scene, well, it's not that little, everything is gone. It's gone, and I bet you it's viral by now. But yeah, guys, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and subscribe.